Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Caroline Ling. My Chinese name is Zhao Zhenling, or we say Taiwanese name. And I'm so happy here that I want to discuss about mobile reporting. And it's an issue about communication, journalism, and also about politics. And so let me show you my PowerPoint. Okay, and my topic is mobile reporting. And for one way, it could promote democracy. And on the other side, that it might spread fake news. So that's what I concern. And we know that mobile is our daily life, is our culture, and it's a very useful media, especially for younger generation. And as you know that the hard power of mobile infrastructure or equipment is really competitive. And you also know that the soft power of mobile is really like a Wi-Fi or APPs or the internet environment is really exist and every day and everywhere. So mobile is really strong and very functional, that as you know. Mobile could promote democracy and also could create history. And I want to have two examples here and to describe and explain what I mean. The first example is about the Jasmine Revolution, or what we call the Arab Spring, maybe in 2010 or 2011. And as you know that it started an unemployed young man, his name is Muhammad Bouazizi, and burned himself and inspired a positive impact in the Arabic world. And at that time, you know that the journalists, especially Western journalists, couldn't enter into this country like Egypt or Iraq or Syria. So the media, especially the Western media, they need the local people to provide messages or news, and the access for them is the mobile. They use the mobile to send message. So you could see the mobile is a very powerful tools. And this kind of, I searched these photos from Google and just tried to remind you that this big revolution, and you might never forget. And at that time, that Twitter seems very popular, but Twitter actually just have very, very small penetration. And it means that just a few people have the mobile, but even so that this kind of mobile, they also could send message to their friends, to outside world, and to news media, to express what they think, how they feel, and to that everybody knows what happened in the Arab society. So I think it is really the role of mobile is really, really important, especially that the journalists are not allowed to enter. And after this case, at that time, I make my research and visit, some world news media, and including Al Jazeera, English and Arabic, and the New York Times and the BBC, and they also give me some feedback because they couldn't send their journalists into Arabic community. So they need to, from different sources to get this kind of information. So the feedback from Al Jazeera, they told me that the social media is very important news sources. at that time. And mobile could provide 90% truth in the wartime. And the content from mobile could help them to balance media reporting, especially in Egypt, because it is really controversial. And local journalists in these countries could help them to check the news. And they are really careful to make sure the content is true. And I also visited the New York Times in 2012, and they give me some feedback about they realize they need to add more staffs and who could be engaged in social media and to get some news. And why they do this is because it is impossible for them to send any journalists to the scene, but they really need information and to make a report about the big issue. And you know, they realize they need to be very, very careful to use the source from social media because some information are not really true. But it is a strange world for Western journalists. So they need to ask some special company like Storyful to confirm the video, the film is true or not. And the feedback from BBC, they say the quality of video is not good for BBC, you know, because the function of mobile is not very well at that time. And the content is so-called user-generated content, so it is not really professional. But they don't have any choice. They need to use this kind of video. So as you know that in the Arab Spring that journalists couldn't allow it to enter in, and so the people, ordinary people, they use the mobile to make a report. But how about the Hong Kong protest? As you know, the Hong Kong protest happened in June 2019 and continued to early of this year. And millions of Hong Kong people, they joined this movement and tried to ask for some rights, political rights or some freedom of speech. But as you know that the movement, you know, is fair, maybe it's fair. Maybe everybody have different judgment, but it is not good news for us about Hong Kong right now. So I just want to talk about the Hong Kong protest that happened last year. And you know, at that time, journalists could enter into Hong Kong and could make a report. And at this moment, the mobile will become more and more progressive. So you could see that the citizens, they could use mobile to take photos. And they could take photos for evidence. And even the policemen, they also use the cell phones to make, to catch some evidence. And this is my friend, Mr. Chen. He works for a Taiwan magazine, and he is very senior. And you know, he need to wear the goggles and mask in the movement in Hong Kong. So at that time, that the journalist is inconvenient to use the camera or something very formal. So most of the time, he used mobile to make his report. So all these photos are provided by Mr. Chen, and it is okay for me to show here. So you could see that the journalists, they use mobile to take photos to make a report, or you could see that this guy, that he could use mobile to make a live reporting, just connected with a mic. And so it's very convenient. And so you could see it's quite popular for the journalists to use mobile in the movement. And journalists always could use 2 mobiles to make a live reporting, and especially in a serious time. And so all these photos have very good quality, and it is made by mobile. So mobile is not the same. It's really powerful, and it could make photos. It also could make video, and it also could, could edit video and transit from your mobile just very directly. So I want to let you see that the video, and it is conducted by mobile by Mr. Chen. So maybe we could take a look about this.有声音吗？非常的 powerful 的声音。
底下吧，
我已经弄到最大声。
不是底下那个，
你是不是关掉声音了？
那个底下有一个麦克风。对。你底下。
Sorry, because of technology reasons.
Technical.
Yeah, we couldn't hear from the video, but it's okay. If you are interested in it, then I could send you. It's okay. Okay, let me continue. Okay.
Okay.
So please go back to the PowerPoint.
She wants to test one more time. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So the mobile is really popular, and everybody has one, even more than one mobiles. But right now, we could see that the fake video still spread over mobiles. So this fake video, it is very popular in people's mobiles because the petrol bomb, who threw the petrol bomb, but it is fake. Maybe we don't have time to discuss this, but it is fake. And this is fake news about propaganda. And it means that the people join Hong Kong movement just like ISIS in the Arabic society. And even their weapons are different, but the same consequences. So as you know, it is one kind of propaganda or fake news. So it happened in Hong Kong. This is also another poster about fake news, and it means the policemen in Hong Kong were hurt by people, and maybe it's not the whole truth. And these are some picture about this. So it is one kind of about propaganda. And these are 2 video and photos about the fake news happened this year about the COVID-19. And when we try to understand fake news, we need to understand the reason of context. So maybe fake news happen in your country. And how about the COVID-19? So it's about China. And this video shows that the Chinese policemen killing the coronavirus patients, but it is not true. It's just 3 pictures, but all of them are unrelated. But someone, I don't know who, and they combine it into a video, but it is fake. And this is another fake photo. And I guess it might be a Tibetan and who took care about the dead bodies, but it is not a story about COVID-19. And all the all the amounts of the fake news about COVID-19 spread on over mobiles, and most of them concern the role of China. So it is a very issue for us to know more. And I want to tell you the last story about Taiwan, that we have our municipal election in 2018 and our general election in 2020 this year. And we also have fake news happened during the election time. So this photo, you could see that the politician of DPP, he was accused to wear the earphone and to contact with outside when he is in a mayor debating. But it is not true because he didn't wear anything. So this fake, we call it meme, this fake meme that could influence the behavior or of voters. And this is another photo. This guy, yes, and he is the candidate of president election, and he is on the opposite party of KMT, and this poster try to indicate some meaning that this politician is not welcome, even a baby. And so she cried a lot. But it's not true because the baby's mother is very happy to give the politician to carry her daughter. So it is not a true story. And sorry. Sorry. So this is a photo from China. And they use a very simple technology and to fix the photo, and the president, Tsai Ing-wen administration, everybody has a dog head. So it just want to verify these officials in Taiwan. It is fake, of course. So I want to make some conclusion right now that first I want to, I think the text is really small, sorry. And I think that the strength of mobile reporting that right now each one could use mobile to make content, and people could use mobile to write text, to take photos, to edit photos, and make live reporting. And the quality of photos and video are really good. And the electricity is longer than battery of camera. So the mobile is useful for people, journalists as well. And people could use mobile to promote human rights and democracy. And it is convenient to transit films, video by mobile. And these are more platforms for this content. But the issue I concern most is about the distribution of fake news. So I want to make some reflection and conclusions that I worry that people, because the mobile is so convenient, so people share everything in a minute and share the content with others without thinking. And that is why some inauthentic text, photos, and videos have been spread. And people need to enhance, at this moment, I think, people need to enhance their understanding in any kinds of information. And I think it is really important for us to think the big issue of fake news. And mobile reporting is useful to promote democracy. Sam, don't forget, it is also useful to spread fake news. So at this moment, I think we need to more focus on the media literacy of mobile reporting. And I think it is a really important issue in the 21st century. So that's my conversation. Thank you for your listening. Thank you.